All right, this match review comes to us from Foka, who has 660 hours in the game playing Deathslinger, which is a character that I used to play a lot. It was my tertiary character in the game for a long time. I kind of like rush or projectile killers in general, and I've spent a little bit of time learning each of them because I just, you know, I like characters like that. So yeah, this is Kronos Print Asylum, which is a very survivor-sided map. It's huge. It's got a lot of resources. There's 2 cubbies. Any map with the cubby holes, like the little corners that cut off your ambient pressure, not very good for you. In terms of your build, you have reload. Reload is always a good choice. Eerie Coin, it can be good, but just keep in mind that, like, you know, double reload is probably a better choice, but these aren't bad add-on choices at all. Your build is pretty good. You have Pain Res and Jolt. Very, very wonderful combo, especially on an M1 killer. Shadowborns for comfort. It's a comfort perk, so, you know, if you're going to take something, I'll take this off. Save, good on Deathslinger because he can save a stack. He can't save all his stacks like Demo can, but he can save a stack by breaking the chain on a survivor. So it's actually a very, very good perk on him. So let's go ahead and take a gander at the match. Okay. You guys can hear that all right? Yeah? Good, good, good. Perfect. Whoa. Whoa! Whoa! Hey! Whoa! 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 Is this me or is this the... Let's put it on auto. Is it me or is it the thing? Oh no, that's you. Oh no, that's you. Okay. There we go. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a burger flipping minute. I was like, is it me choppy or you choppy? Oh, spicy. Yeah, your internet's crapping out. I'm like, is my stuff messing up? Am I okay? No, it's you. Gaslighting myself over here. Okay, so you find people on gens relatively early in the match. Brother, how am I? What is happening to you? You're okay. Just a future suggestion. Just a future suggestion. I know some people can't help their internet situations. That's fine. You know, you can only do so much to help your internet situation. That's okay. But if your internet is bugging out this much, you, just for the sake of like just telling you this, especially with a precision killer like the Deathslinger, I would start playing characters, more M1 characters, or characters with more simple powers, because playing characters with precision when you are laggy is like incredibly difficult and incredibly frustrating, and you're not going to get the results you want consistently, not for anything that's your own fault, but just because like bad connection and precision killers do not mix. You're going to be having a rough time, so just keep that in mind. So you come over here, you don't, okay, you finally found her. She got Sprinto Bursto though, so she's zooming. If I'm too loud compared to the game, do let me know as well. Ooh, that was a really good shot. And I will adjust that accordingly. Also on my left. He dodges. Not really your fault. Okay, trying to line up a shot here. Good. Awesome. Shot, yeah, it was. That was like a Xeno shot I would make. Good job zoning there, because you didn't know which way he was going to dodge. When you first interact with a survivor as a projectile killer, it's kind of like a game of getting to know the survivor, because everybody dodges projectile killers differently. So it was good for you to have patience there. That way you could learn how that Nick Cage likes to dodge. That was very smart. Yeah, Nia just went back to... No, that's not even Nia. See, it's old things like this that makes me wonder if people are in comms, right? Because, like, you used to be able to tell comms based on, like, people rotating gens very well. That was, like, how you used to be able to tell. Nah, that was outside of range. I believe Deathslinger's max range is either 16 or 18 meters. It's one of the two. But I wouldn't take a shot that is outside of Shack. Like, if like, use Shack as, like, a unit of measurement. when you're going for shots. 18? Okay. It was one of the two. That's a really nice cape fit. I like that. Yeah, basically, like, if you couldn't shoot down Shaq and catch them, don't be going for that shot out in the open. It's a good kind of, like, way to eyeball it without having to think about it. Unfortunately, she just pre-drops. Yeah, you just kind of have to break a lot of... This main building is very obnoxious, too. And that's not necessarily your fault. Annotations. Yeah, I would just eat the stacks and get her down here. You could have slugged there. You saw Kate over there who was also injured. You could have slugged and got her, too. Especially since you're at... Especially since you're at 3 gens, you only have 1 hook. I think the right answer here was to slug and go after Kate. Because somebody now has to come off a gen in the distance to come pick up Fong Min, and you can get Kate and get your pain res and do all that. So, I think that's what I would have done differently here. You are starting to get your pain res going, though, which is good. That will help you a lot. See, because she's gone now, you have no idea. You have no idea where she's at, where if you just slugged and went after where you knew for sure where she was at. That'll be good. Also, this is kind of like the problem with your build. Not necessarily your whole build, but like I said, the only thing I would change here is Shadowborn. You don't have any info. So you're just basically relying on your good macro sense. Nice shot. Good stuff. Very good. You're just relying on your macro sense, which is, you know, no matter how good your macro sense is, there's just going to be some stuff that you're just like, you can't be psychic, you can't know things, you know, unless you're cheating. So maybe if you were play Shadowborn, maybe with an info perk, that way you can keep your pressure a little more. It seems like your internet has settled out though. Like, yeah, oh, never mind. I just said that new yellow bar. I had to jinx it. But it wasn't nearly as bad as the beginning of this video, so you're good. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now. You point out at this video that there's like a legacy Nia in this lobby. Be careful about chasing her. Remember that in Dead by Daylight, it's often better to chase the weaker links on a team, because that will force the players like her who have a ton of experience, because, well, she has legacy, so she's been playing the game for a while, to be caught out of position and make mistakes that they wouldn't usually make. So be careful about committing too much time to people that you are aware are good players. What's Legacy? It is a special kind of cosmetic that only existed at the beginning of the game. So only a very, very select, not handful, but, you know, only a select, very, very small group of players have it. And it existed at a time where, okay, this is for the event stuff in particular. Chasing as a 110 killer with no power in the void is not great. So don't fall into the trap of chasing people through the void, especially as a 110 killer. Yeah, essentially people grinded out Prestige at a time in the game very early when Prestige was like abysmal to grind, and they got a special reward for it. You can't get it anymore. But essentially, if you see somebody Prestige, it means they're like an OG. Like they've played the game since like near the beginning, like period, which is, you know, intimidating. Oh, so you see scratch marks here. I think one of the things you're gonna... She was right there. She was right beside you. You didn't see it, did you? She was literally right beside you. She's covered in Cheeto dust too, so I don't know how you don't see her. Like literally, she's right there. You just walk by her. You're spending a lot of time in the void. As a 110 killer, I would not be doing that. This might be the first event-specific takeaway. Like, honestly. Because you're spending a lot of time in the Void, which Deathslinger, as a 110 killer without a power, will not be helpful in. And that match time is gen time. Did it? Oh, that's just unfortunate. I was curious. You know, you probably could have shot him there, actually. I think that actually would have been the better play there. Like, instead of just going for the simple swing, you probably could have just M2'd him, right? Yeah, you kind of just let him walk up on you. Yeah, you could have just harpooned him there. I don't know why you didn't. Honestly, I would tunnel Fong Min here. You're at 2 gens and you don't have somebody dead. Dead by Daylight, you need somebody dead by 2 gens. If that's not the case, you need to make it happen. I would go after Fong Min. I would not chase Nick here. I know that means you're deleting one of your perks, but like a dead survivor is always better than perk value. 100% of the time. Well, not 100% of the time. There's probably some niche moments, but you know, almost 100% of the time, a dead survivor is always better than perk value. Good call out on that. Honestly, good call out on that. A lot of people would have missed that. Yeah, Nurse going into the Void, she would just be useless. You know? That's a good point. She would be useless in the Void. That'd be funny. Good at the shot? Yeah, they're good at the shots, which is really good. Yeah, right now you should be getting Fong Min out of the game. Playing the save. What do you think is fine to chase your obsession and when it isn't? So like, typically with save, you just kind of like ignore your obsession. Typically, like if you have something like pain res, you find them early, get the pain res stack out of the way or the no way out stack out of the way, and then just like ignore them for the rest of the game. I think in the case like this with this match where the Fong Min's clearly the weak link. Oh yeah, be a 3-perk Andy and just get her out of the game. A dead survivor is always better pressure than anything your perks could provide. Yeah, you're kind of going for these super long shots because you want eerie coin value, but there's kind of no reason to do that. Yeah, kind of the pit trap of like eerie coin is you end up going for these really outrageous shots that are super difficult to hit because you want perk or you want add-on value, so it kind of makes you play worse. Every Deathslinger match review I've had where somebody's brought eerie coin, they're always going for max range shots and missing consistently because they want perk value or add-on value, and it's just it's something I've consistently noticed. It's like people force themselves to play worse because they want add-on value. Yeah, you need to stop going into the Void. You are not at your you are not going to be able to do, especially this 110 melee kill, you're not going to be able to do as well in here. Yeah. To be fair? What do you mean to be fair? How's that dispute anything I said? Going in there too much? Yeah. I know it's frustrating that they essentially get to get away. You don't... Okay, so for that 18-meter range, you don't seem to have a good... Like, you have very, very, very good Slinger fundamentals, as Chad is pointing out, but you don't seem to have a good grasp on his range. You were consistently shooting outside of his range. So that would be something I would definitely work on. Spoiler for one of your takeaways. I feel like you need to, like, you know, to get a better handle on what 18 meters looks like in the game, because you're consistently missing those long-range shots. That was a good mind gun. How about say I would reload here, yeah. Yeah, if you reloaded earlier, you could have shot her when she was going up that walkway, and then reel her in. But now you don't. Yeah. And you've been letting Fong Min just kind of... There she is! You're ignoring her for save value, and that's going to cost you the game. You're picking perk value over a dead survivor, which is not how that goes. That was a good shot. That was a really good shot. You're picking perk value over killing someone, which is the best way to defend the gens, is having the survivors actually just be dead. Yeah, usually when I'm going for Deathslinger shots, I don't go for anything like outside of like what would be like a shack length of a shot. Yeah, hey, look, if she had been dead earlier, she wouldn't be on this gen. If she had been dead earlier, she wouldn't have been on that gen, huh? Deathhook gamers haunt you, man. They do. You give them an inch, they take a mile. That's why you gotta get them out. But oh boy, golly gosh, I have those 6 stacks to save at least. Now that the match has been won by the survivors almost entirely. I'm glad I have those 6 stacks though. Don't pick perk value over killing a survivor. No matter what the perk happens to be. Well, they're going towards the gates, whatever they're doing. Hello? Yeah, I don't know why that keeps happening. You didn't yellow bar that time. That one might have been me. Like I've never had that happen before where it just freezes like that. Save that gen with Jolt. Nah, I don't think so. Jolt is only 8%. Jolt's not that much. They could easily just swarm the gen and undone 8%. Yeah, stop doing that. I know you want your recording value, but like you should either practice that before you attempt it, or like I don't know. These long shots you have not been hitting them and they are not helping you. And there you go, running into the void again. I'm gonna chase as a 110 killer in the void. Oh, he messed up. Then suddenly, get down, Mr. President! Oh, the endurance. But you have save, so you're fine. You're fine. That's funny. Save the day. I think it's funny because I'm going to give event-based advice for the first time. Oh, there, that gate open too. That's not good for you. And that's not going to be relevant. You know, like people are going to go back and watch this match review and be like, hey, that's not relevant anymore. That didn't affect me. I don't think you can... Yeah, let's say, I don't think you can... The only thing I can think is like shooter, reeler, and then like wait. But like, even then she's still probably going to have endurance there. That's just kind of a good play on their part to already have the door open. I don't know why she's crawling away from the exit gate. Yeah, I don't know why she crawled away from the exit gate. That's kind of silly. Save is the best non-slowdown perk in the game. That is just objectively true. I'm surprised that when they gave 2 stacks of save base kit to killer base kit that they didn't cabs to biffle at 6, but that's the only thing I changed. All right. Wow, they had some very beefy items. They had some very, very beefy items here. Oh, yeah, I like your Deathslinger skin. Yeah, they had some beefy medkits, which beefy medkits are always very, very hard to deal with, and so that's not necessarily your fault. But there was a lot this match that was your fault, and you still got a 2K, so it's not like the worst thing in the world. So first, talking about your main takeaways, your first main takeaway is that I would practice those long shots. I don't think I saw you hit a single long shot this entire game. Like, I know you wanted that ear coin value, but you literally, I don't mean to say this and to be condescending in any way, you literally didn't hit one. You literally did not hit a single long shot, like a max range shot this entire match. So I would practice that. I would practice getting a good gauge on like what that 18-meter range looks like. Like I said, I don't go for shots on Deathslinger unless if they were standing at the edge of shack, like I would go for that shot. But if they're outside of like somebody standing at the edge of shack, for example, I would like not go for that shot. It's like I use like shack and a little bit of change as like a way to measure that. But you need to find something that works for you, that helps you visualize in your brain what that max 18 meters looks like, because it doesn't seem like you have a good grasp on that right now. Your second takeaway, and the thing that actually probably lost you this match, is that you, as a 110 killer, cannot chase in the void. I know this is very, this is specific to the Halloween event, so this will become redundant at a certain point, this advice will be. But in the void, you do not have a power. You are blinded as the killer, and you also don't have a power as killer. So as a 110 melee killer, you're not going to be winning chases at those loops that are in the void. It is just not going to happen. So the fact that you kept diving into the void after survivors was a lot of wasted time, and match time is gen time. So that was not good. Not good. Matter of fact, if you didn't do that, you probably would have 4K'd. Like, if you had spent less time in the void, you probably would have 4K'd. Being real, being 100 with you, keeping it a buck. And the last thing is you chose to keep Fong Min alive to save your save the best for last stacks. I will say this with my whole chest. I puff up my chest. I will say no perk value is more important than a survivor being dead. I would say this with like a 99% certainty. It is always better to have a survivor out of the game than it is to have perk value out of something. So I would always prioritize getting a survivor dead over trying to save stacks or get a no way out stack, something like that. Like, always prioritize getting a survivor dead, because it seemed like here you left Fong Min on Deathhook for like most of the game, because you're like, I want to save my save stacks, but like in practice she came back and did the last 2 gens, even up until the end, and that did cost you. So yeah, I would not do that in the future. Yeah, I think those things would help you. Those last 2 are what lost you the game, and the first one is just kind of a handy thing you should probably learn to get better at Deathslinger. So yeah, hopefully that helps, friend.